Hello, my name is Lucas McClure, otherwise known as Newcomposition, otherwise known as a whole bunch of other bad words that I probably shouldn't say if I want to make videos anymore. So, let's start off. This will be the second time that I've actually tried to make this video. I tried to make it a few days ago, but yet the quick capture didn't seem to want to process properly. So, therefore, we'll move along swimmingly. Hopefully I won't unload anything that, I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. So, I'll start by using the poems of examples, and then I'll go into explanation, hopefully. Ramrod. As we spoke, you couldn't remember yourself. Incredible wonder and curiosity in your eyes, absorbing and understanding far more than I expected, struggling to find the words to fill the space that grew to fit. You seem to be attracted to me. The same I had for you, and we sit pillaging each other's eyes, searching for body language to comment on, to trigger this interrupting. Too peaceful. And like a ramrod against my spine, I smile, noticing you doing the same. And then we'll just go ahead and go on to one that is a tried and true faith. Day to day, to this hour to hour, my soul's devoured and my demons scowl. I would run tomorrow if I'd ran today, but there's no safe place and there's no safe way. Revolutions around the sun have been begun from the days of all to the gaze of one. But then emotions, they come astir, reality blurs, and love is just a word, a simple term. The days we live our lives in vain are the days that I regret all the same. Infections are misdirections, they're never written, they turn around, leaving us bitten, now infected with the same blood, the same love, craving the same drugs, wanting the same hugs. So these are two poems. The evolution of style. Form. Let's start with form. Form is very, very tricky. It's not in a sense, but I've gone through so much. I haven't studied a lot of form or tried to condition myself to write in one aspect. I'm still in the stages of what most poets should be doing. Well, in my opinion, it's where you take a style that you respect, or you take an idea that you feel very passionate about and try to craft it the way that one of the old trieds and trues used to do it. Whether it's using iambic pentameter or internal rhyme and external rhyme and using scales and complete bars. Yeah, you can do that, but that's where I have a problem with. I've noticed too many times listening to poetry long before I even ever thought that I might be able to write it, or people thought that I could write it. I would listen to people rhyming, and it would seem very forced. If it wasn't forced, it was very simple. Because there's supposed to be a rhyme at the end, there's supposed to be a rhyme at the beginning, wherever you set up your rhyme scheme, and then it would have to follow through consecutively. And so there are certain words that are always coupled together. We can call those cliches. And there are many, truly too fucking many cliches in poetry. So I try to distance myself from cliches and come up with somewhat original ideas and hopefully original metaphors, but that can never be truly pinned down to anything. So, for one, form. Form is good. You need to know the rules before you can break them. Or you have to have a really, really good feel for what words words are supposed to mean before you're able to not even acknowledge the rules. So, moving on. The thing that I was forced to do is I took a whole bunch of form, a whole bunch of styles, people that I respected, and I tried to mimic them. Try to internalize what makes them good, these processes. Knowing how to do them, or at least attempting to. So I have a poem from almost every different type of style of poetry that I've ever come in contact with. Just to say, can I do that? Can I not? It's almost a testament of oneself and your abilities. And to be able to write in different styles is, I don't know, to be able to do technical writing for a computer manual, or as absurd as abstract poets. Well, not abstract poets, but language poets with words scattered all over the fucking page. I mean, you have to be able to move within the spectrum, because you're not going to be able to hit your target audience at all times. So the best way to progress, and the way that I've progressed, is that I've listened a lot more than I wrote. And then I would write like a son of a bitch. And I would stop and I would listen. Because I can tell you, I can guarantee you that I could write a poem every fucking hour. And I could make them all rhyme. But whether or not those poems every hour all rhyme sounding beautiful, it's not what I believe the greats did. They thought about something before they did it. And not like 30 minutes before or a few days before. It was kind of this ever so growing idea. And if you have these ideas instilled in you, then they will come out. And you could write a poem every hour and it would be good. But if you're trying to make it sound pretty, I like the way poetry is heard, how it's processed. I'm still trying to understand the words that I say and how they affect you, the anonymous viewer. That's one of the things that I'm working on. So, but moving away from that, I'd much rather leave you with an idea, leave you with a feeling, because there are so many. I mean, language in itself is subjective. So when I say sadness, you don't know what sadness I'm talking about, though I'm referencing something very specific and only known to me. Just like when I reference happiness, joy, sex, love, the idea of love, the absence of love, the absence of being. There are things that we all think everyone is connected with us with, and that's not true. So I try to take a few dozen words, a few hundred words, and make you feel how I feel at that exact moment, without using the words sadness, sex, joy, absence of being. It's just there are ways to look at each situation, but I want to make you look at it the way I look at it. And that's probably the only thing that is owed to every writer, and one that's owed to every reader or listener, to be able to understand, to feel, to internalize. I didn't even expect to talk this long, but I'm going to stop now. Thanks.